I'm Darryl Cross. I'm an executive coach and leadership coach, so I coach managers and leaders, and I'm a business coach. My trade is a clinical and organisational psychologist, but I got into coaching about 15 odd years ago. Business is moving fast, it's rapid, there's lots of change, and I think leaders now need something that we would loosely call an independent sounding board, a confidential sounding board. And I think leaders are lonely at the top. They can't always confide in their peers within the company. So an independent person like a coach is often very effective in assisting and helping them clarify their ideas. Well, the managers or leaders get clarity. They set goals. They are held accountable, and that of course has a drip feed down through their team and through the organisation. So the company or organisation grows, profits grow, business grows, productivity increases, and that has a direct spin-off, of course, to customers and clients as a result. I think I've known Tony now for about 10 years. He was originally in the same building as I was located. We had offices together, and then some years after that, when he moved into other premises, he called and asked if I would be his coach, his business coach. And since then we've had regular meetings on his business strategy, his business direction. We talk about staff matters, everything to do with the business itself, and that happens on a regular basis. I think Tony has a clear idea of what he is offering, what he is selling. He has streamlined the whole selling process. He's streamlined the procedures and systems and operations behind the scenes. So all of that has had a payoff directly to the business and of course to his customers and clients. Tony generally could be regarded as someone who's got good people skills. He is not afraid to pick up the phone. He's very eager to talk to people. He is certainly well-meaning. He has good social skills, relates to people very easily. So I think that's a number one feature for Tony, that he's a good connector. And I think in any business that's a critical ingredient to have, and he's got that. Tony really has his customers at heart, and I think he's really concerned to make sure that he serves them in a way that if tragedy strikes, if the unbeknownst happens, that they are well set up. And I think he's got a real calling to make sure that the people that he's associated with are really well looked after in life and are not caught out if tragedy of some sort actually does eventuate. Look, Tony's a bit unique in that regard. He endeavours to coordinate a lot of other businesses. It's a very much of a holistic approach. Most people in his industry and profession are very narrow in their perspective. They're all about general insurance. But Tony has a holistic approach which says, well, wait a minute, there are other aspects of life that I understand are really important here, and the service I offer coordinates those aspects to make sure that the person really is well catered for. Look, it's really important to have that sort of service. You cannot afford to be caught unawares. I mean, tragedy, whatever it is, whether it's fire or burglary or death or medical illness, that's severe in and of itself. But to not be well insured is really a double tragedy. Yeah. So the service that he's offering is really a critical one to the general community. Look, I wouldn't have any problem recommending anyone to Tony. I think he'd approach them in a very genuine way. He would approach them in a very warm, friendly way. He's not your typical pushy sales, marketing type person, so I don't think they'd be offended by what he had to offer, and I think he'd offer it in a very sensitive way.